Good morning, Ishan. Good morning, children. Class 11 biology. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Come
ma'am.
on, children. Come on. You people speak so less. I wonder you are children. In school, to you people, teachers keep shouting, keep quiet, keep quiet. Huh? Okay, guess which chapter notes am I sharing for revision today? This week I had given for revisions. From Monday, I'll be starting with a new chapter. Revisions means previous year's questions and all. See on your screen, intentionally, I have hidden the name of the chapter. Tell me which chapter is this? Breathing and exchange of gases. Very good. Breathing and exchange of gases. Too good. Okay. Can we have a revision? Whatever is shared on your screen, just go through it. Take 2 minutes. We'll discuss, we'll revise very quickly. We have one more day left in the week, Saturday. After that, our work would be done. Just go through it quickly. Let's read, बच्चे. Finished reading? Should we discuss? It's not a new topic. We've already done the chapter. Just the notes are being shared and revision is being done. Let's start very quickly. You remember what is nasal septum? Tell me quickly. When we said air enters, it first enters through the external nares. So we have a word nasal septum. Always keep in mind septum is something which separates two things. Now tell me very quickly what is nasal septum? What is nasal septum, children? It's shared on the screen also, my bachas. Tell me what is nasal septum. Somebody had asked for notes. Sorry, beta, I'm out. So once I reach back home, I'll share the notes with you. Nasal septum is the partition between two chambers. Chambers of what? Bache. What are the chambers we had discussed? We had talked about three chambers, nasal chambers. One is vestibular. Which were the other two?
Respiratory and olfactory.
Respiratory and olfactory.
Do you remember a bit about their functions? What is the point of taking revisions, my dear children, if you will not speak? Yes, vestibular. What was it that we studied about vestibular? Tell me whatever you remember about vestibular.
It is a filtration chamber.
Very good. It is the filtration chamber. What about respiratory?
It is a air conditioning chamber. It cools down the air.
Very good. All other students, please wake up. What about olfactory?
It helps to sense the smell.
Very good. Very good. So can we have a quick revision of the name of the chambers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move on to next thing. Internal nares. External nares, the holes that you have or I have or we have in the nose, external nares. Internal nares, it is the posterior opening of where these holes finish. So air enters from external nostril to internal nares, then it goes to the nasopharynx. It goes to the next part, that is nasopharynx. So what is nasopharynx? It is the upper part of
Pharynx.
yes. So we have
Pharynx.
external nares. Very good. External nares open into
Internal nose.
yes, internal nares. Very good. External nares open into the internal nares and the area where internal nares finish. Okay, we have what? What part starts? Just now we are reading about that only. Which pharynx?
Nasopharynx.
Nasopharynx. But
Nasopharynx.
yes, because at the end of this session, you'll have to revise with me the entire path of the air which enters. So I'll speak first, you people will speak second. Alternatively, let us do external nares. Speak the next one. I want the answer from you people. External nares, internal nares. Next. Nasopharynx.
Pharynx.
Yes, please speak out, children. Nasopharynx. See, it is actually pharynx only, but the upper part of the pharynx, that is what we call as the nasopharynx. So we are going to trace the path of air which enters. Second is your larynx. This is the upper part of your trachea. It allows air to pass into the lungs, from nasopharynx to larynx and from larynx to lungs. So can we have the path very quickly? External nares, then
Internal.
internal, yes, then
Nasopharynx.
very good, very good. Nasopharynx, then
Larynx,
Larynx. Actually, it is up trachea only, upper part of trachea only. Then finally, it goes into air, goes into the lungs.
Lungs.
So when this is opening into trachea over here, we have a structure. Okay, before opening, a slit-like aperture. Is it okay? What is that called as? Starts from G. What is that called as? Glottis. Tell me what is the name we have for this?
Glottis.
Aperture.
Glottis.
What is the function of glottis? Any idea? What is the function of glottis? Anyone?
Ma'am, so that food does not enter in the pharynx.
Very good. Sometimes when we are eating, food gets, and we are talking as well. Then you must have observed that this problem is observed. Why do you think this happens at time of eating? Sometimes there's a disbalance and we start coughing a lot. What could be the reason, children? When we talk while we are eating, what problem could come? Yes.
Food particle
What
may enter
problem?
the pipe.
Very good, very good. Food may enter the windpipe as well. And that chokes your windpipe. And this is the reason that we have these kind of issues. Okay, we had talked about glottis. What is glottis? It is a slit-like aperture. Okay. It remains open except it closes at what time? When we are swallowing food. At all other times, the glottis remains open. It closes only at the time when we are swallowing the food. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now there is a difference. See, glottis and epiglottis. We have a leaf-like flap. The shape is something like a leaf at the anterior region, आगे की तरफ. That is what we call as the epiglottis. The entire one is glottis. The front part, which is leaf-shaped, is what we call as epiglottis. It is also known as sound box, or it is known as Adam's apple. I think we have discussed why it is called Adam's apple. If you were there in the class, you must be knowing. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So we talked about here, if you see, larynx opens through the glottis into the trachea. That means the air has now reached where? It has opened, it has reached the trachea from the larynx. However, the passing of air from larynx to trachea is not simple and smooth. It has to pass through this glottis, which remains open all the time except when?
Except swallowing.
Yes, so from the air has come from here to trachea. Let's talk about trachea. It is a thin walled tube. How much long, how much wide?
11 centimeter long and 2.5 centimeter wide.
Yes. So can I have the path of air all over again? Externalness.
Internal layers.
Continue.
Nasopharynx.
After that,
Larynx.
very good. And then
Glottis.
Glottis.
very good. And then
Trachea.
the
Trachea.
trachea. Very good. Glottis and then the trachea. Okay. Trachea has thin walls or thick walls.
Thin wall.
Thin walls.
Revision, we are doing revision, bache. So you people need to speak more and I need to speak less, beta ji. Okay, fine. Let's continue now. What about the length and the width?
11 centimeter
11
long.
centimeter long and
2.5
2.5 centimeter wide.
Now the air has already come to the trachea from
Glottis.
glottis. So it will not keep the air, it will pass it on further. Where will it pass on the air to? Tell me.
Alveoli.
Yes, it will pass on the air to alveoli. Is it okay? Where will it pass on? It will pass on the air to the alveoli. So trachea received the air from where?
From glottis.
Glottis, and it passed it on to,
Alveoli.
yes, it is passed on to alveoli. Okay, let's talk about bronchi now. We have two types of bronchi, primary bronchi and secondary bronchi. Okay, which one comes first? Let us imagine a branch and sub branches. So which one is alveoli? Which one is the sub alveoli? Tell me, primary and secondary bronchi. A main branch and then secondary branches coming out of it. So if I say a main branch, what does it mean? It means primary bronchi or it means secondary bronchi?
It means
Primary
primary
bronchi.
bronchi.
Primary bronchi.
So I hope you've understood. Okay, a main big branch from which small branches are coming out. So primary bronchi, and then these smaller ones are what we call as a secondary bronchi. They go up to which thoracic vertebra? Yes, the fifth one that you will study when we'll go into details about further your muscular system. Let's talk about trachea now. Now this trachea divides further into two bronchi. What is the singular?
Bronchus.
Very good. Singular is bronchus and plural is what, children?
Bronchi.
Bronchi. So your trachea is further dividing into two bronchi. One is the right primary bronchi and the other is left. Can you guess why have we given these names, right and left? Anybody can guess? Because they go into the specific lungs, the respective lungs. The right lung, the one which enters, the bronchi which enters the right lung, we call it as what, beta? The right primary
Right primary
bronchi.
bronchi.
Right
Very good.
primary bronchi.
And the one which goes into the left is called?
Left
Left
primary
Primary
bronchi.
bronchi.
Your focus should not be on learning, beta. Your focus should be on concept. Imagine that you're breathing air and then feel it. Okay, I inhaled it through external nostrils. Now it is going to go here. And then my epiglottis will take care that it remains open or not. So make it like this. Now further, primary bronchi and secondary, both the primary bronchi, whether it is left or right, they will also go and open into smaller structures which are known as which bronchi?
Secondary bronchi.
Secondary
Very
bronchi.
secondary bronchi. And then even further smaller structures emerging out of it, which will be known as tertiary.
Tertiary bronchi.
Tertiary
So
bronchi.
good. Imagine now, all of you, let's imagine we have a bigger branch, that is your primary bronchi. We have a little smaller branches coming out of it, that is secondary bronchi. Even smaller twigs emerging from it. That is going to be which bronchi?
Tertiary bronchi.
Tertiary bronchi. Very good. They will all open and end up into small bag-like structures, small structures, which we call as
Alveoli.
Before alveoli, we'll have one more thing.
Bronchioles.
Bronchioles.
Yes, bronchioles. Very good. And then bronchioles into alveoli. Small bag-like structure where actually the gaseous exchange takes place is alveoli. Singular of alveoli is
Alveolus.
alveolus. Excellent. Singular of alveoli is alveolus. All the gaseous exchange, though we have so many organs involved, nares, pharynx, larynx, all these things, but exchange will take place through alveoli only. Can I have two reasons why it is alveoli through which exchange of gases takes place? Who will tell me two reasons? Who will give me two reasons? Okay, should I give you one?
The
The wall-
area of alveoli is very large.
Very good. One is area is very large. Any other specific reason you people can think of?
Ma'am, can you please repeat the question?
I'm seeing beta. Why is it that the gaseous exchange takes place through alveoli only? How is alveoli specially designed so that intake and exchange of gases?
Ma'am, it is highly vascular.
Very good, very good. It's highly vascular. What does that mean, beta?
Ma'am, highly supplied with blood.
Highly supplied with blood vessels. And there's one more difference. And there's one more thing. Tell me very quickly. That is related to the membrane or the walls.
It has very thin membrane, so easy diffusion can take place.
Very good, very good. So we have got 3 reasons. Very quickly, I want a revision. Tell me. Hurry up, hurry up. 3 points why gaseous exchange always takes place through alveoli. Number 1, thin walls, only one cell thick. Number 2,
Vascular.
yes, beta, it is highly vascular. And you only give me one more point. Tell me what it was.
It increases the
surface
surface area.
Yeah.
Yes, so that maximum exchange of gases can take place. That is what. Okay, let's talk about the next one. We had done about primary and secondary bronchi, right, left, both open into secondary bronchi, then tertiary bronchi, then bronchioles, and lung alveoli. Let's count the numbers. Okay, you will have to complete the chain. Everybody ready? Number 1, external nares. Your group has to do it. Entire group. We'll count how many steps. External nares, number 1. Come on, number 2.
Internal nares.
Internal
Internal
nares.
nares.
Very good. Keep imagining in your body, feel it practically. It will be a kind of yoga exercise for you right in the morning. Next, number 3.
Nasopharynx.
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 Okay, number 4.
Larynx.
Okay, number 5.
Glottis.
Glottis.
Fine. Number 6.
Trachea.
Trachea.
Good. Number 7.
Primary and secondary.
Primary, secondary bronchi.
Next, beta. Next number.
Tertiary bronchi.
What number is this? Arey, forgot. Okay, we'll do one thing. One of you take up the challenge of naming it and others will count. Come on, who will take the challenge? Right from external nares up to the alveoli. Who will speak? I just want the parts. We'll keep counting for you. Yes, beta. Who's going to speak? You were doing it with me right now. What happened? Individually, nobody would like to do. Nobody? Achhe. Chalo, never mind. Do it with me only. Number 1.
External nares.
But it has to be very quick. Huh? Number 2.
Internal nares.
Internal nares.
Number 3.
Nasopharynx.
Nasopharynx.
4.
Larynx.
Larynx.
5.
Trachea.
Glottis.
6.
Glottis.
Glottis.
7.
Primary and secondary bronchi.
Okay. 8.
Tertiary bronchi.
Tertiary bronchi.
9.
Bronchioles.
Bronchioles.
10.
Alveoli.
Good. So how many steps? 1,
10
2.
steps.
How many?
10 steps.
10. So if
10.
I say trace the passage of air while respiration, so you'll put arrow, 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 and you will trace it. Remember that you need to have 10 things. See how much the air has to travel inside the body. Let's move further. We have already talked about alveoli. They're thin, irregular walled, and very, very thin walled. Only how many cell thick, beta? 1 cell thick.
One
Let
cell.
me go on this. This is something very general. Okay. But still, let's talk about this. 2 types of respiration on your screen and the respiratory organs. I'll ask you questions. Just 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes. One is for types of respiration and second is for respiratory organs. This I don't need to revise with you. I'll be asking you questions only. Start learning quickly. Just 2 minutes. One minute more. Ed beta. Ready beta? Okay. What are the two kinds of respiration that we have?
Aerobic and anaerobic.
Aerobic and anaerobic.
What about me and you? Aerobic, anaerobic.
Aerobic.
But I'm
Aerobic.
basically talking about human beings. Yes, aerobic or anaerobic. That is what I'm asking. Yes, it is aerobic. Why
aerobic.
not anaerobic? Why do you put yourself in the category of aerobic?
Because we inhale O2.
Yes, we cannot breathe in the absence of oxygen. So that is why it is aerobic. Fine. And those, so we have what? Aerobes or anaerobes?
Aerobic.
Be very careful about the spelling of aerobes and remember that what does it mean? Okay, those organisms which undergo aerobic mode of respiration, they are known as aerobes. What is the spelling?
AEROBES.
Yes, be very careful about it. And then the other ones are anaerobes, those who breathe without oxygen. Okay, now very quickly tell me. Respiratory organs in humans, which ones?
Lungs.
Lungs.
Okay, very good. What about earthworms?
Cuticle.
Cuticle. What is cuticle, by chance? What is cuticle? What do you mean by cuticle actually?
Ma'am, their skin is made up of this material.
Exactly. So basically we are saying that they breathe by skin only. Insects?
Spiracles.
Okay.
Spiracles.
When I say spiracles, do we mean skin or membrane? What do we mean by spiracles?
Small holes present at the base of their body.
Whole like
Holes, small hole-like structures, that is spiracles. Very good. So we know about insects, we know about earthworms. Let's move on further. Okay. What about small organisms? Roundworms, all those ones.
Simple diffusion.
Simple diffusion. What was the other type of diffusion we studied about? One is simple diffusion, the other is?
facilitated diffusion.
Facilitated.
Okay, so very good. So is it simple diffusion or is it facilitated?
Simple.
Simple diffusion. What about aquatic arthropods, mollusks, fishes? It is gills. So remember this also. Remember this part also, bache. The respiratory organs in different kinds of organisms. Okay, human respiratory system. It can be divided for our study into two simple parts, just for our convenience. One is conduction of gases and second is the respiration. So let's read about conduction of gases, a little detail of what I've already done with you. Fine. Only three parts to be read: conduction of gases, external nares. We have already done the path, one line about each of them. If it comes as a long answer question, how to write? Just read quickly. Yes, we have conduction of gases. What does that say? It's a passage for air and it cleans it by foreign particles, humidifies it, and brings it to body temperature. So basically, we know the passage by which the air passes, three things happen over here. First is it gets cleaned up. How does it get cleaned up?
By removing foreign particles.
Very good. By removing foreign particles. What is the second thing which happens here? Second thing which happens to the air over here. One is it gets cleaned up. What is the second thing? That water level is controlled. What is the word we have used, Bache? Just read. Tell me what is the word we have used? Humidify.
Humidify.
Yes. What does it mean? To keep the level of humidity in control in the air that is entering. Supposing we enter at times when the weather is very humid. So the air which enters is highly humidified. So it is modified. It is basically modified. It is set according to the requirement of your body. So the first thing is cleaning of air. Second thing is humidity control. And the third thing, children, very slow class. Why had it been offline, bacha, it will not work like this. Hanji bache, very quickly, and it brings it to the normal body temperature. There is some space in the chamber where gaseous exchange does not take place. What is that space called?
Dead air.
Yes, it is called as the dead air space. External layers, we've already done. The pair of slits at the lower end of the nose and they open into, we know this, chamber.
Nasal cavity.
And we have done the parts of the chamber also. We have already learned the path. Now we're just going into little details. Okay. Nasal chamber. Very quickly. Just the nasal chamber. What is the nasal chamber basically, bacha? Passage back of nostrils above the mouth cavity. Let's go through this. Walls of the trachea, bronchi, bronchioles are made up of fibromuscular tissue. Fiber-like muscles, not hard muscles. Whether it is the walls of the trachea or the bronchi or the bronchioles are not made up of very hard tissues, hard muscular tissue nahi beta. It is soft, fiber-like muscular tissue. So muscular tissue नाम से जब सुनते लगते हैं कि बहुत strong muscles की तरह. No, it's soft like fibers. Such kind of a tissue is known as fibromuscular tissue. What is this tissue called?
Fibromuscular tissue.
Yes, Pache. So, because they're soft like fibers, and then they are covered or they're lined up by pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. In class 9th, you have learned about striated ciliated columnar epithelium. Let me break these words quickly, then we'll talk about why it is pseudo. Tell me the meaning of striated. Let's go for one word. Let me know you have done this in class 9. What is striated? What do you mean by striated tissue? My children, you know about this. Hmm.
Ma'am, flattened.
Pardon?
Ma'am, flattened.
No. Striated and unstriated tissue in class 9, the ones which had those alternate dark and light
Ma'am,
bands.
striations. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you remember? We had alternate dark and light bands. Those are striated bands. The ones do not have, they are unstriated. Now look at the next word. What is the next word we had? Yes, ciliated. What does that mean?
Ma'am, they have projections called cilia.
Very good. And when we say columnar, what does it mean?
Ma'am, column-like cells.
We did different shapes, na? Pillar like, the ones which were pillar like are called columnar. So we have understood the meaning of what? Ciliated we know, stratified we know, columnar we know. Now come to pseudo. Pseudopodia. Remember pseudopodia? Why is it called pseudopodia? What does the word pseudo mean and what does the word podia mean?
Ma'am, pseudo means false. Podia, I don't know.
Very good. Very, very good. So, pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium, they are not actually stratified, but they seem to be stratified. That is why we call them as pseudo-stratified. And they are very rich in which cells? Those cells which secrete. Yes, they are very rich in cells which secrete what? Mucus. They are very rich in which cells, beta?
Mucus secreting cells.
Yes. And why do we need mucus?
For the easy movement.
No. Anyone else? Why is mucus needed in the nasal part?
Ma'am, in nasal, it is needed to absorb the impurities.
Very good. It is needed to absorb the impurities. Excellent, beta. Let's move on further. Okay. Cartilaginous rings. Tell me the function.
So that trachea does not collapse even when no air is present in it.
Bache, you know the function of this as well. So this is again done. Let me show you the diagram. Let's relate to the diagram. Then I'll put my cursor and you will tell me what is this. See the diagram very quickly. You should be confident of labeling things.